Welcome to the Shaun and the Dirt podcast from the River Arena in Roseburg, Oregon, at QRC Timber 50. Tanner Holmes joins us right now, and hey, we're at a kart race, huh?
Yeah, we're at, why not race 12 months a year? I mean, you got to find something to do when no one's doing nothing. Here at the Timber 50, though, glad you were able to come and see some kart racing. And this is on a Friday, so we locked in yesterday, had a good night, and won the feature, and should be rolling off from the pole of tomorrow's dash. So I mean, no matter what you're racing, it's fun if you're in a good car and things are going right. And how I'd race a lawnmower if I didn't have anything else to do, I'd be racing a lawnmower, just going. So we're here kart racing, we're having fun.
Yeah, I got to rip the rookie stripe off, huh?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, you got the caution flags rolling around the pit area. Cool. I mean, I always enjoy this. This is where I come from. This is home. For me, a lot of people ask, why do I kart race and this and that, and why do I still go? For me, it's just something fun to do. I got good people behind me with QRC, and I feel like I owe to them as well for what they've done to help my career. So I try to give back to them as much as I can and give back to the sport of kart racing. And then also, like I said, this is where all my friends and family are at. So it'd be like, if all your friends and family went to a function or at the movies or whatever, like, would you not go with them? Like, so that's just, we're here. We're having a good time.
Now, Kyler just walked by. Talk about Kyler, your relationship with Kyler, and I know he's been on the car. He's sponsored you. And how did you meet Kyler, and what's your relationship with Kyler?
Yeah, so we met back in, we probably met in 2016 or 17. I always knew of him. He started Fast Forward Media, obviously. He was doing, working hard doing that and, help promoting the sport and filming Red Bluff. And, I met him as I started doing some of my video stuff. And it's actually funny. He'll never remember this story, but how I originally, probably our first actual interaction, I posted my first YouTube video September 3rd or whatever, 2016. And the next day, I walked by him in the pits at Cycleland Speedway, and he said, hey, I seen your video. If you ever want to come into the booth and you want to talk or whatever, like, hit me up, let me know. And, like, that was our first, like, kind of interaction was that. He saw one of my first videos, and then, boom, we just became friends. I never ended up in the booth or anything crazy like that, but...
You should.
I know, it'd be fun.
But you're too good a racer to be.
Yeah. But so we had some fun doing that, and, then became friends and just, hung out more at the races. And obviously, he's always doing so much for the sport. And so over time, he's always running ideas by me, started Fast Forward Promotions, now promoting this big event and, wanting to do more. He wants the sport to be successful and to grow. So it's awesome, what he does, and I stand fully behind him. I think people don't realize how hard he works, and, he literally puts everything in the sport at all costs.
And we'll talk about, before we get into some sprint car, we got to touch on sprint car. We can't not do that. So before we do that, you lock the 18T in to the race. That's a big thing because now you don't have to race tonight. And as you know, there was lots of carnage last night and chaos, so we don't have to deal with that tonight.
For sure, yeah. No, it's like we were just talking. Like, kart racing it can be hit or miss. Like, some nights when things go really good, it's the most exciting thing you've ever watched. Some nights you watch, it's like, oh gosh. And last night, fortunately, the track, they were struggling to get a second lane and to build, a racing surface kind of. So for us, luckily I qualified good, did everything right, and got to start in the right spots and was able to lead all the laps. So I kind of was able to just stay out of all that, but still makes it tough. And obviously you want to put on the best show, and some of that also is up to us racers. All the best kart guys, they get going good, but then as you get farther back, it can be the other way around. But it's just part of it, and hopefully tonight they get something a little better. They tried to reconfigure the track a little bit and mess with the bottom, so we're gonna watch and keep an eye on it. But no matter what, we're in a great position, and here at Roseburg, we've had a lot of success since I was younger, winning races, and so this is kind of the one that I haven't won, and would like to. A great payout tomorrow, great payout just to start the feature. I think you should note, like, a good 410 show, is about the same purse we have here at Timber 50. $4,000 to win, $500 to start. That's pretty great.
Yeah, and clean sweep, right? Is that they still call it the same here in the kart racing?
Yeah. We won everything yesterday and won. See, we don't have this problem. We have in the sprint car races, guys aren't just firing up cars in the pit area. We had cars, people just start anyway. But what I was saying,
we got a pretty good mic, so
luckily we won everything yesterday, and we won the prelude on Tuesday. So we're basically 100% on the week. So there's the job's not finished, but we're part of the way there.
All right, and then we got to talk. We can't not talk about sprint car racing. What an amazing couple months for you, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the saying, life changing. I think it's easy for people to say that, and not necessarily. I don't mean they don't mean it, but truly like a life changing opportunity for myself to get to go run with Shark Racing, and not just a little change. From just I was getting ready to go run my last shows of the year with the Outlaws and Trophy Cup and this and that, and then I all of a sudden was going to Eldora and Williams Grove and Port Royal and Devil's Bowl and Charlotte, and like notable places that like I need to run, I need to be at, and I think that can be intimidating too. And to do that with Shark Racing was really cool. And I always knew of Bobby Allen. I knew that he was the original Outlaw, and now I know Bobby Allen. Like, what a good dude! Like just a true race car driver, and like does it the right way and never give up attitude, and like I said, just truly good at what he does. We'll get to the racetrack at all costs. Shark Racing does it a little different. They maybe work with a little bit less than everyone else, but they're just as competitive. And they've been on the road 10 years. And I know at the beginning, a lot of people thought they would never make it. And now, they won the Million. They're competing at Knoxville Nationals. They're, like I said, the list goes on. So working with Bobby, working alongside Logan, getting to work with Jake a little bit was awesome.
So what was your highlights of doing that whole thing? Was there any personal highlights for you on this Outlaw swing there?
Yeah, I think, you always want to run it better. I think we had our good nights are really good, your bad nights are really bad. That's just how that goes. The Outlaws are like that. I think my highlight was, how good the good nights did go. Like, first right off the bat at Jaxon, quick time, get through, drawing good in the dash, starting up front, and running on the podium. That was awesome. The first night at Skagit when we won everything until the A, like that could have easily been a perfect night, and then you win an Outlaw show. So stuff like that. And then even the night at Port Royal where we just ran top 10, but I started like 16th, and it was more the guys I passed. Like, I drove by Brent Marks, drove by Brian Brown, drove by Brad Sweet. Like, so just little victories like that. I think you have those situations show like, hey, I can do this. And when we get everything right, like we're just right there with everyone else. It's just all about combination and getting it comfortable for me giving the right feedback to my team. And, I think we're just so early working together. You're kind of going through some of those growing pains in 25 races. And like I said, I had good people behind me that definitely sped up that learning curve. And, I think we did at least enough to kind of show that I could be competitive out on the Outlaw Tour in situations, and, definitely have a lot of room to grow.
I know you put a video out on you don't really have plans for next year, and I know you'll announce those when you have those, but so I guess I'll ask it like this. How do you think that will propel to get on the whatever tour you want to be on?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm going to try to do my best to. What I can say is like I'm going to try to do whatever I can to put together an opportunity, whether that's, I just want to be out on the road. I need to be. Now it's kind of time in my life. I'm 20 years old. I want to, whether that's
20, holy smokes, huh?
Whether that's with High Limit or whether that's with Outlaws, like to me, all that doesn't, matter as much. I think right now what's going on in the sprint car world is actually the greatest thing. And it's crazy to me, watching, I read through Twitter and this and that, and like I see so much complaining about what's going on. I don't get it. I think right now is the greatest time to be a sprint car driver. All good things are happening. Right now we're going to have double the amount of teams that are going to be making money, racing. Tracks are going to be getting awesome shows, big paying shows. Crowds are going to be, like, people are not going to not tune into this. So I think it's all good stuff. And for me, I just want to have the opportunity to be a part of it. Whether it's in my own car if I make that happen, or whether that's with another team. Like I said, I don't have anything right now actually legit at all. I wish I did. I would tell you guys all, but so I'm just working. These next 30 to 60 days are going to be crucial to put some things in place, see what I can maybe put together, and no matter what though, I need to be out there. So I think more likely than not, you'll see me doing something in the Midwest, maybe full time, maybe part time. I don't, whatever. As much as I absolutely humanly possibly can, we'll be all in to be a part of what's going to happen in sprint car racing in 2024, because it's probably going to be one of the most crazy years yet probably of all time.
All right, well, good luck here at Timber 50, and good luck with all that. And when we'll get you back on the show, and we'll talk about it.
Definitely. No, hopefully, no matter what, I definitely I'll be in the Northwest at some point. Racing, whether that's with those guys going through or Dirt Cup, or I don't want to miss any of that too. So definitely be on Shaun in the Dirt. I'll definitely be on the show again, and hopefully we'll be talking after some cool stuff.
Chili Bowl? Are we gonna get in the Chili Bowl again?
That is the plan. Yeah, Chili Bowl. So that is
I'll be there. Nathan and I and Andrew are coming. So you'll be in the Northwest. I think he's planning on doing that Northwest extra money again.
Yeah. Did Chance Crum win that? Yeah, I need. So
yeah.
I think Chance won that last year. I think I was a couple mains behind him. So the goal this year is
one.
Yeah.
One main.
This year, if I can keep it on all fours on my prelim, maybe I'll have a better shot.
Yeah. All right. This is Shaun, and you're in the dirt. Jesse Colwell joins you right now, and. Well, you're at Roseburg, huh? You made the little trip north, huh?
Yeah, I don't know if it was a good decision, but we made one.
Talk about karting in general. You've been kind of looking at your schedule. You've been kind of focusing on that this year. Is that what I kind of see from your schedule?
I mean, a little bit. I mean, that's all we've really been doing. Haven't been really racing anything else. So, ran a micro once this year and
on-wing a little bit. Is that I see that?
Yeah, I ran a lot of non-wing midget stuff, non-wing micro, but not much this year.
Yeah, and talk about racing this. What does this keep you sharp as a driver?
I mean, obviously any kind of racing will, but I think it's just something to do more or less.
Yeah.
There ain't much going on in the winter for anything else, so.
Yeah, and what is this track? This track seems like it's narrow and. It's all up on the wheel. Is that just kart racing in general? I'm kind of a newbie to this thing.
I mean, this track used to be super cool. I don't know why they changed it. They tried to slow the racetrack down, and now it just sucks. Now it's just crash everybody to get to the front.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Well, doesn't sound like you like it too much. So you're getting ready for tonight. What is the outlook for tonight? What's the game plan?
I mean, I'm sitting 5th in points. I mean, the game plan's obviously just to make the show. We got to run the qualifier and see what happens. So. As long as I don't get cleaned out or something in that, we should make the show no problem.
And then, do you have plans to get back into a midget and do that kind of stuff? Because I know we've seen you at the Chili Bowl in the past and that kind of stuff.
I mean, hell, it's always one phone call away, right?
Yeah. And you're definitely a talent.
Sometimes.
All right. Well, who'd you like to thank? Is there sponsors, people that help you out?
Yeah. I mean, I got to thank Sal and QRC and Jimmy and Pedrati Materials. Pretty much covers it.
All right. Sounds like you're still having fun though, huh?
Trying.
All right. Well, thanks for the time. I've kind of followed your career a little bit, and I wanted to get over here and talk to you. So I'm kind of a newbie to this whole kart thing, and it's always fun watching you. So good luck. Good luck tonight. We'll be definitely watching that 86J.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. This is Shaun, and you're in the dirt. Logan Pike joins you right now. How old are you?
11.
11 years old. And where do you race at normally?
I race Cycleland Speedway or Ribla.
And I heard you had quite the year this year, huh? Rookie of the year, got a couple wins.
Yeah.
How did you get into racing, and where did you start racing at?
I started racing at Cycleland Speedway.
Cycleland, and in what class?
Beginner box.
Beginner box, and now you're in the intermediate?
Yeah.
Yeah? And do you like this class? Is this pretty cool?
Yeah.
What are your aspirations, your future goals? You have future goals? I know you're 11, so you got to have future goals, right?
Yeah.
What are they?
I don't know, just probably getting some championships.
Yeah? Moving up to big cars, sprint cars, midgets, what? Something big? Yeah? Okay, so who helps you out?
My grandpa and my mom and my dad.
Your mom and your dad? And then talk about coming to Roseburg. You've had is this your first time here?
No.
Second time?
I think like...
Third time? Well, first time in this class, right?
Yeah.
And what kind of, you're having a pretty good weekend here at Roseburg. Got what, third place yesterday? You're in the, are you locked in there up in the front there of what, B main or dash?
The dash and the A main, yeah.
Yeah, so what's your goal when you get up there? What are you trying to do when you get to that dash?
Just stay strong and possibly try to get to the front so you can start good.
Pass some cars, get a better starting position in that A main, and go get that big money, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Who would you like to thank?
WKD Electric, LJP Racing, Napa Gridley Auto Parts, Studebaker Electric, Our Town Pizzeria, and then the Benzo family, and that's it.
All right. Well, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
This is Shaun, and you're in the dirt. Carly Holmes joins right now, and locked in, huh?
Yeah, we we struggled the first night, but second night we came back even better and had a good qualifying round of third and, locked her into the main, and now we're locked into the finale, so feels good.
Yeah, that was a lot of work. Everything that could happen happened, it seemed like, that first night, huh? Which is probably kart racing, isn't it? I'm new to this. Like I was telling the brother, I'm new to this whole thing. He was kind of telling me the ins and outs and ripping my rookie stripe off yesterday. So, I sitting here Thursday, I was like, man, you guys are. I know why you're good in the bigger cars. I know why a lot of people move up from these karts, because you have to be on it.
Yeah, for sure. These things, they can teach you a lot, They're definitely, I would say, probably more technical than a sprint car, just because you don't have the power steering or, the suspension or anything like that. Like, when you get into the corner and there's a hole or a rut, like, you can really feel it in these. So it's all about hitting your marks in these things, and we happened to do that last night, and it all came out in the end.
Do you feel like you personally have to race even harder too?
Yeah, absolutely. I think when the track, as technical as it was last night, I think it pressures me to want to race harder, and especially when we have a lot of good guys here, from California. It puts a lot of pressure on me when I see them next to me or even know that they're right behind me.
Can you get by that old 18T tonight?
We're going to see. We're going to hope that the track's a little bit more racy tonight. We start fourth in the dash, so if we could get to, maybe third or even win it, that would be great. But we're gonna give it all we got, and if Tanner is in my way, then we're gonna race it hard and not try to wreck each other, but put on a good show for everyone.
All right, and then we got to talk about the whole, Tanner had the chance to run with the Outlaws, and you had the chance to be an Outlaw team member. What was that like?
It was an amazing opportunity. I can't thank the Shark guys enough for letting me tag along. It all started up in Skagit, and it just it went till the end of the year in Charlotte. So they brought me to multiple different tracks and traveled with them, and it was the best opportunity I've ever got, and learned a lot, new experiences, and I got to keep working with Tanner, and I think it bettered him and it bettered me myself.
You're a great race car driver, but people really know you as the workforce behind the 18T.
Yeah, there's a good knowledge that I got there, and I think working with the Shark guys, I've learned a lot from them, and I think it's actually gonna better our team back home a little bit too.
And how's the health? I know you had that scare last year, and we don't really talk about it much, but everything's good there.
Yeah, everything's good. I'm healed as I'm gonna get for now, and I can't heal anymore. I'm basically 100% as much as I'm gonna get.
All right, and that's what race car drivers do, right? No, just go after it. Don't worry about the past and just look forward.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna give it all we got tonight. We got 50 laps ahead of us, and we're gonna see what we can do. It's gonna be tough, but we're gonna keep our arms up and be strong.
So what are the plans? Do you have plans for next year? I know Tanner is kind of in limbo. Does that mean you're kind of in limbo too, or do you not know what your plans are, or what are they?
We're gonna look at a schedule here soon, and we're gonna try to put a 360 schedule for myself here back home. And if I get offered any opportunity, then we'll look into that a little bit.
All right. Who'd you like to thank?
Ed Boyd. He's really put the turns on tonight. Truck Shop Motors, Rush Race Gear, Ranch Racing Covers, and Fastenal for everything they've done.
It seems like you have a great support system, both in this and in the sprint car.
Absolutely. The fans are amazing, and can't thank them enough.
That's the one thing I learned at kart racing is anytime you're walking around, you could just have a kart fire up, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
This is Shaun here in the dirt. Jaxon Fuchs joins you right now. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I would like to thank my QRC and my mom and dad and my pit crew, and the drive was really good. It was a little loose and stuff, but I still got it. I think at Red Bluff I'll win it.
Yeah, you raced at the Red Bluff, right? You've been racing there, and you've had a really good start to the season, haven't you?
Yep.
I've been following along on by the internet, and you've been having how long have you raced there?
For like 4 years.
You got a whole crew around you, don't you? Are these all your friends?
Yeah.
Yep. How old are you?
7.5.
7.5, huh? Look at it is so fun. It is so fun to talk to these little kids. So what's it like to race on this little track inside here in the winter?
Well, you have to get a little high and stuff, and open up your entry, and stay full throttle.
Yeah. It's really fun to watch you. What are you gonna race Red Bluff the rest of the year?
Yep.
And then move up to bigger cars, right?
Yep.
Well, you're definitely a talent. Congratulations.
Only if I win the championship.
Oh, only, and then you got to keep in this class if not?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, congratulations, okay?
Thank you.
All right. This is Shaun, and you're in the dirt. The winner in box stock, Deakon Kamisky, joins us right now. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You had a pretty dominant week here at Roseburg, didn't you?
Yeah, it was fun.
How old are you?
I'm actually 9.
9 years old. So I just talked to 7.5-year-old in beginner box stock, and now you're 9. So where do you race at normally?
My home track is Red Bluff Outlaws in Red Bluff.
Okay, Red Bluff. And how long have you been racing there?
For about 7 years now.
7 years. And then what are your plans for the future? Are you going to move up?
Yeah, I'm hoping to eventually go to sprint cars and hopefully get a couple wins in sprint cars.
But you'll probably move up to intermediate and then just kind of that progression, intermediate and then open?
Yeah, I'm probably going to go all through outlaw carts until I'm in sportsman, and then we're going to try and go run sprint cars and see how we do there.
And we've proven that that kids that start in this can be very successful in sprint cars, huh?
Yeah.
So talk about the weekend. You guys had that thing dialed up. Who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank my dad, DCR, Jimmy Elledge, and all the people who are working on that car, North Star, Cottonwood, Boat and RV Storage, and Wars Concrete and SK Construction.
Now, in front of the crowd, you thanked 3 things. What were they?
God, Goodyear, and Gatorade.
God, Goodyear, and Gatorade, right?
Yep.
And I hear you're going to Vegas. Are you going to Vegas next week, or is your team or something?
My mom and dad are going to go watch Vegas at the Formula One race.
Oh, that'll be fun. You're not going?
No, that's an adult trip.
That's an adult trip, huh? You get to stay home, huh?
Yep, get to go to my friend's house and hang out and have a good weekend and celebrate.
Well, you'll have fun.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
This is Shaun, and you're in the dirt. Parker Mockridge makes it 2 in a row, huh?
Yeah, it feels amazing. I just can't believe it.
So last year you picked up the box stock, right? Yeah. And this year you moved up to intermediate, and you picked it up again.
Yeah, our car was really good. Jimmy Jimmy and my dad had us dialed, and can't thank Kyler enough. He does so much for me, and Tanner, and just everyone that helps out our race team. This is awesome.
Yeah. So how did the week went pretty good for you, huh?
Yeah, our week went pretty good. We had lots of ups and downs during the prelims, but I just kept doing my best and powered through, and here we are.
How old are you?
I'm 13 years old.
And where have you been racing at? Where do you race at then?
We've been racing a lot of races down south, lots of Red Bluff, lots of cycling, and we went we went to the Midwest this summer, and it was also really fun.
Yeah, and so now you moved to intermediate. Are we moving up again right away, or what are our plans now?
Well, we're gonna finish the season off in the 250 class and go for the championship at Red Bluff, and then we'll be moving up to the OI class.
And definitely, there's lots of competition in those classes, huh? And lots of competition in your family, huh? Lots of you that race. I noticed a lot. I'm kind of new to this, but I noticed there's lots of Mockridges that race, huh?
Yeah, we have lots of them. Almost one in every class.
Yeah. All right. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
This is Shaun, and you're in the dirt. Well, you did it, huh? You got it.
Yeah. After all that work straightening frames and all the other crap, rebuilding motors, I guess it was worth something.
We talked earlier today, and you didn't seem too excited about tonight. I took it as that, or you were just working really hard this whole week, and it seemed like you were just tired of a crash fest. And talk about that main event, 50 laps, and what was your mindset? Because you had a good qualifier today, you were set up well for tonight, huh?
Yeah, I mean, once I found enough speed, once we got the car straightened out and the car was good, I I felt a lot better going into it, but I mean, I still knew it was going to be one lane, and it was going to be, who would move who, and you had to be there at the right time to move the leader to get the lead, and then you had to get far enough away from the leader for them not to wreck you back. And I guess I timed it just right because it worked out.
And then there's some slide jobs in there and a little contact, and I don't think Tanner lifted it all there at the end, huh?
No, I mean, I don't think he lifted for anyone. I mean, he was running into everything, honestly, is kind of what it seemed like from my point of view. But, I mean, whatever. It obviously didn't work out for him, so.
And you got the big check. This has become a pretty, Kyler puts a lot into this race, huh?
Oh, I mean, yeah, this is my favorite race of the year, honestly. I mean, I should have 2 of them now. I should have won last year, but my chain broke.
All right, well, who'd you like to thank? Let's go through the sponsors.
I mean, we got to thank Kyler for putting on the race, and then Quadrati Materials, Salco, QRC, Jimmy, Cody for his help.
Jesse Colwell, you're Timber 50 champion 2023. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This is Shaun, and you're in the dirt. Kyler Shaw, real quick, what'd you think of this year 2?
Oh, it was great. Last year was great. That feature right there was great. Can't really complain. The first 2 nights every year, really, even last year, everyone's trying so hard to get the advantage, and that it's kind of a disaster on the prelims, not going to lie. But the open feature every year has provided great racing, and man, it makes it all worth it when you see a race like that, especially last year too, with Preston and Aiden Lermer. Lermer was up there again this year. Preston was up there again too. So Jesse ran a great race. Tanner ran a great race, being defensive. Obviously out front, he can't really see what line is better. So, overall, it was a great race. I'm really stoked right now. This race just makes it all worth it at the very end.
It's really interesting because you put on this event, but you're behind a camera the entire 3 nights. I don't think many people can do what you do. I don't think, and I don't think people understand if they're not at this event the things that you do. So I just want to point that out, that you run this event, and then you go behind a camera and let other people do everything while you're pretty much behind the camera.
Right, yeah, and I mean, on the broadcast side, I mean, a lot of people probably don't know this, but I do it all myself anyway. I switch the cameras, I put the ticker on there, I do everything, on the broadcast side, but really this race couldn't be possible without people like Doug and Derek, and everybody else, Mark, Lori. I bring in a big crew here from Red Bluff. They're professionals at what they do, and that's why I can sit up there and video, because I can trust, that they can make the show really good. And, they do. They make the show really good. Without them, there's no way I'd be able to go up there on the platform and, enjoy the race from up there. So got to extend a thank you to them. Got to extend a thank you to Brad and Michael. They were working their ass off on the track all week. There was one night they were out here till 4 in the morning when the track wasn't very good. So really commend their effort, to make it racy, and everybody else that is a part of this. I can't really thank everybody enough that helps make this happen.
All right, well, congratulations. Thanks for the hospitality, and I had a good time.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
This is Shaun, and you're in the dirt. Ben Deatherage joins me right now. Here, let's recap Timber 50. Well, what'd you think?
It was a long week. I mean, this thing started on Tuesday with the prelude. Wednesday had practice, but Thursday and Friday prelim action. Tonight was finales. It can be marathon because you got a lot of cars, over 100 entries all 3 nights, and the racing was good, and the race really got good there for the open feature at the very end.
It seemed like it took a little while, though, for the track to get in, huh? We kind of had a marathon there, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, they reworked the track a little bit, and the top hadn't really been there all weekend long, like all the way around the racetrack, and it really came in, I think, in the second half of that race, and, track lane choice was very, very important for a lot of that main event.
Now, I haven't talked to Jesse, obviously, very much, but he seemed pretty grumpy when I talked to him earlier in the night, before we got going. And then there, he seemed like, well, I just ran into everything like everybody else was doing, and it seemed like, and I as a guy that doesn't go to a lot of kart racing, you see a lot of kart racing. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I know that he was pretty disappointed. So last night he was rolling about 3rd or so, and he went to the top. And same deal. They worked on the track, and he hit kind of a wet spot up in 3. And well, you saw it. He backed up and just waylaid that car, and he got just drilled a couple of times. Seemed like they were just kind of playing catch up. They weren't locked in, into the dash. They didn't get in the top 2, and they had to fix something with their motor, and like Chase had talked to him and didn't even really want to race today. And I'm sure that his car owner, Sal Calderon, is very happy that they decided not to pull the plug. And Jesse's had a lot of success over here over the years, whether it's been a Vern Wheeler Senior Memorial, a turkey shootout, or a winter showdown that they've had at this place. You know, they mention it, you know, it's called the bank, and he would just come here and win. But, you know, this race kind of eluded him. He finished 10th last year and able to get the lead late, and, I mean, in exciting fashion.
Yeah, and I think the story going forward is going to be, can Tanner get this win?
Yeah, exactly. Finished second this year. He was third last year. He's only got one more spot on the podium before he's got fully covered. And Tanner, I felt like was really the car to beat all week long. He was in the Mockridge Girls Racing 15 car for Jessica Mockridge, and he dominated on Tuesday for the prelude. Thursday he was lights out, started on the pole, led every single lap, got the hard work done, locked in. He hadn't raced prior to that trophy dash. He hadn't raced since Thursday about 11:30 or so. So he had kind of had some time off and everything. And to come in, he was looking good. He was racing good. And to lead something like this, it's very difficult as well, especially when the track changes like that, because you don't have eyeballs in the back of your head. You had the break with your crew, Jimmy Elledge and all those guys telling him what was changing, but he's not seeing it, you know, firsthand. So that makes a difference versus some of the guys that were trying to chase him down were able to see, oh man, right here's the sweet spot, or don't go here, this is the dead zone.
All right, well, that's another one of these in the book. What's next for you? Doing some IMCA and then keeping you gonna do the podcast all winter again and do some Red Bluff?
Yep, exactly. So IMCA for Casa Grande for next Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then I'll be back here for Thanksgiving weekend for the turkey shootout, 2-day race. Then Red Bluff for the first 3 weeks, and my first week off in forever for Christmas, and then New Year's, and then January 2nd, first race of the year for me.
And we'll be looking for the podcast, right?
Yeah, podcast will be rolling out. I've got a lot of good guests lined up that are come on board.
You're taking over my job here, huh?
Well, I got a lot of drivers from outside the area that I'm going to be covering and stuff. So possibly some full-time World of Outlaw guys, possibly some guys that are involved with high limits, and just kind of see what goes there.
Well, good. I'm glad you're keeping it going, and we'll see you next time.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
This is Shaun, and you're in the dirt.